doing too much, you know. I keep it real humble. But this, too good, okay? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited that you're here and I'm very excited to be filming today's video, which is a what I eat in a day. But I'm putting a few twists on it because one, I have been dabbling more into gluten-free recipes. Not that I'm gluten-free, but one, I know that there are some people who subscribe to my channel, who follow me on my other social media accounts who are gluten-free. And so I want to be able to provide recipes that they can enjoy, but that I also enjoy. And I don't think it would hurt to eat a few gluten-free meals every now and then. I've also been focusing on just minimizing inflammation in my body. And so I've been testing a number of ways to just reduce inflammation in my body, which isn't solely based off of what I eat, but it's also physical, mental, all the things. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video. We're starting with breakfast and I am making some gluten-free pancakes. Look at how fluffy those are. These pancakes are so delicious. And the fact that they're gluten-free, If you're looking for a gluten-free recipe or you're looking for just a more nutrient-dense pancake to enjoy, you need to make these. These are so good. Too good. Speaking of too good, I recently posted on my community page that I have officially launched my Substack, which is essentially a platform for people to write and share ideas, connect with others, and also just have an outlet to express yourself. But I'm planning to use my Substack to house my recipes, my cooking tips, my grocery list, and my meal prep, and honestly everything. So all the recipes that you'll find in this video will be posted on my Substack. You do have to subscribe to view the content, but it is completely free for right now, unless you would like to support me by purchasing a monthly or an annual subscription. But as of right now, the content that I'm sharing over there is completely free, so be sure to subscribe, especially if you want the recipes to the meals that I'm making in this video, my past videos, and my future videos. But I'm about to sit and enjoy this. I really think I want to make a latte, but not just any latte, so stay tuned. It is latte time. Okay, I have clearly, oh my gosh, I am running out of storage on this. And we're back. But it is latte time and I'm really excited. I know if you've been here, you're probably like, she's just about to make a matcha. Matcha and I are in a long distance relationship right now because as a low iron girly, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna speak that. As someone who is trying to get kicked out of the low iron club, I have to be a bit more mindful when I actually drink it. Don't get me wrong, I still have been enjoying matchas every now and then. However, I can't have them like I used to. And if you saw my old videos, you know I was having matcha like almost every day. Sorry if you hear the noise in the background. Sir is what he's bringing me every single, oh, actually he's not. Good boy. You have to go play with your toy? Go ahead. But anyway, so the whole thing with iron, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but the whole thing with matcha, and it's not just matcha, I want to say it is just like green tea and black tea as well, but matcha can impact your body's ability to absorb iron. Now, that's not to say that you can't have matcha, that's just to say that you have to be mindful as to how much matcha you're consuming and when. It is recommended that if you have a high iron meal, that if you want to enjoy a matcha, you have it at least like 1 to 2 hours after or before said meal. So again, not to say that you can't have matcha, you just have to be a little bit more intentional with it. And honestly, I am kind of coming up in this phase of my life where sometimes I don't want to like plan stuff out like that. I don't want to say, okay, I ate this time, now I gotta do this 2 hours like no. All that to say, today for my little morning pick-me-up, I am enjoying a little moringa latte, which this is the moringa powder that I'm going to be using. I do encourage you to do research on anything that not only I share but that you see on the internet, but let me make sure I tell you some of the benefits of moringa powder. Moringa is packed with vitamins and minerals, so from iron, calcium, vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin A, E. It is also a decent, actually, yeah, a good source of plant-based protein. So there's about 3 grams, like I wouldn't say it's a lot, but there's about 3 grams of protein in a tablespoon of this. Also may help balance hormones. It say it may help protect the liver, can help fight free radicals. It can also help reduce inflammation, may help balance blood sugar. So it's a very healthy and good for you powder. It does come in a leaf, but this is the powder that I'm using. But yeah, I went through all of that. Hopefully you stayed for it because I really enjoy just like sharing new little foods and herbs and all the things that I am trying and enjoying and that I am using to help me as I just become a healthier me. You know what I mean? And be more mindful of what my body specifically needs. Now we're about to get into this latte. It just makes me feel good. So let's go ahead and put this together. This is what it looks like. It's a green powder. So you see why I say that it gives me matcha vibes. And I'm gonna add some of the warm water in there. Now we whisk. I'm using this super cute mug that I recently got. I ordered it from a girl that I found on TikTok. Her work was absolutely beautiful. I also ordered this from her. It's an oil dispenser. Super cute, super cool. And then, oh my gosh, the other thing is like deep up in there. I will just have her information and website linked on my Substack as well. But I'm gonna use this for my moringa latte. Adding in some of that milk. Oh, I am spilling a lot of that milk, whatever. It's character at this point. And then now I'm gonna add the moringa. Let me clean this up. That's enough character for right now. All right, I'm gonna add a splash of maple syrup to sweeten. I should have mentioned this at the intro. This exact one that I have, I would say that it's not as powdery as matcha would be. The last moringa powder I had was more of a powder, but this one is a little bit more maybe grainy, and I don't think sifting it would do anything about it. However, it's still really good. If you've never had moringa powder before, I would say that if you pass spirulina, it definitely gives me from like a taste profile. It has a similar taste profile to me that spirulina does, where it's a little bit, I don't know if I would say it's earthy, maybe it's a little earthy, but it does kind of have that sea-like flavor, which is interesting because this is a leaf and it's not like a seaweed leaf, but it's still good. And it gives me that matcha fix when I am slowing my matcha consumption down. So cheers to our little morning pick-me-up, and it's time for me to make lunch. I'm back. Today has just been an amazing day, and that might be why I picked up the camera today. I just got a confirmation on a campaign with one of my dream brands that I have been wanting to work with for the longest. And when it came through, I'm just like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God is good. God is good. That's it. That's it. But for lunch today, I actually made this for dinner last night. I'll pop up the picture right here. But I made this for dinner last night and it was so delicious. So much so, I wanted to include it in this video. I'm going to be making a harissa honey tofu. If you don't eat honey, you can also do this with maple syrup. I'm honestly putting everything in the air fryer. Whew, I'm so excited. So this is actually fava bean tofu, which is a soy-based tofu alternative. I picked mine up from Sprouts. So definitely check there if you want to give this a try. All right, so to start, what I do is I just cross hatch cut this. So that's just where you go at an angle, turn it the other way, and then cut that at an angle. But you have to be careful with it. You pretty much create this diamond-like cut, which is what I want to do. And I'm also going to do the same thing to the other side. Please do not judge me for using these Ziploc bags. My smaller reusable bag is in the dishwasher. Okay, do not judge me. Now I'm going to marinate this in some coconut aminos. So I'm just gonna let this marinate, then spray it with some oil, and then pop it in the air fryer. If you wanna add more to the tofu, you absolutely can. But again, I am going to add a sauce to it. So I feel like the tofu is going to get a lot of its flavor from that sauce that we're about to put together once we put it in here. I almost forgot, I wanted to make some Brussels sprouts to go with that. I'm just gonna cut off this little rough part right here. Okay, I just washed and dried these off. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of avocado oil, some black pepper, and salt. During the last 10 minutes while the tofu is in the air fryer, I'm going to pop the Brussels sprouts in there. Now I'm going to put together the sauce, which will drizzle on top of the tofu. This is the harissa sauce that I am going to be using. I'm just gonna add some of that in here. And I'm just gonna use maple syrup again. I just had it handy. Then I have some garlic that I'm gonna grate in here. I'm gonna add some black pepper and then some garlic powder. Now I'm gonna add the sauce to the tofu, kind of try to gently press it in. And now it goes back in the air fryer. When I made this last night, I put everything in the oven, so I kind of had the timing and cooking a little bit better, but my Brussels sprouts started to cook a little too fast on the outside, so I just turned the heat down, and I have about 4 more minutes. I had to take out a few pieces because it was getting a little crispy and it wasn't fully cooked on the inside. But anyway, I have some hummus here, as well as some of that leftover sauce that we put together, which went on top of the tofu. I'm gonna throw some hummus in here and make a cream sauce to drizzle on top of my meal. So I'm gonna add some arugula. Then I have some quinoa. Brussels sprouts are done. Gonna add those in here. I mentioned this in my last video, but I do try to eat some sort of fermented food, a serving of some sort of fermented food every day. And I've been loving this beet apple kraut. This is from the brand Oregon Brine Works. I'm sure you can either make this or you should be able to find something similar at your local grocery store. But if you are in Seattle, I got this one from Whole Foods. And then last but not least, we have the tofu. We're not done because we have our little sauce that we're gonna drizzle on top. Lunch looks so delicious when it comes to sitting down and enjoying my food. You know where you can find me. I love sitting on the floor and eating. One of my Instagram friends posted on her stories the other day that food just tastes so much better on the couch. No, food tastes so much better sitting on the floor. She was like, I never heard that one. I'm telling you, but I'm about to dig in. I love Brussels sprouts so much. Now for the tofu. Yum, yum. That's a really big bite. There we go. Just as good, if not better, than the first time. Okay, it is time for dinner. Really excited about this, mainly because my husband is who encouraged me to actually include this in this what I eat in a day and to share this recipe. If you're watching this video or if you've seen my previous videos, you're probably like, why doesn't she make 2 servings of these meals if she is married? Well, 1, my husband is very self-sufficient, shout out to him, and 2, we do meal prep his meals on the weekend for him to enjoy throughout the week. And what I'm making tonight is actually a meal that we prepped for him to enjoy throughout the week, so he already had it. But when he went to enjoy the meal, he said, you need to include this in a video. And so I'm doing that. Just think, what I'm making is, I mean, you've probably had it before, okay? You've probably had it before. It is nothing new under the sun. However, he really liked it, and his diet is different than mine, which tells me if he likes it, you're gonna like it. But I'm making lentil curry. And so I'm using lentils, onions, coconut milk, veggie broth, some seasonings. I didn't include carrots in his, but I really like carrots. So I think I'm gonna throw some carrots in mine. We are going to have that for dinner tonight. I think I need to run to the grocery store and get some more coconut milk because I used all of it in his dish. I think that should be it. Maybe some fresh cilantro because the one that we have is kind of wilted now. Not really good. So yeah, I'm just gonna get some coconut milk and some cilantro, and then when I get back, we will put this together. After dinner, I really want to show you these 2 drinks that I've been enjoying before bed as I get ready to wind down for the night. But anyway, I'm about to head to the grocery store with my little list here. Y'all really do. Wait, Candace, say hi to my YouTube.
Hi. Hey, YouTube fam.
Yeah, she said tune in. Make sure you tune in. She also said subscribe to my Substack.
Yeah,
Right.
get on the Substack. I'm subscribing now, actually.
Thanks, sweet girl.
All things going on.
Let me update them really quick on this this curry. But right now I just have it simmering, and then I'm going to serve it over rice. Child, my best friend and I were on the phone for 2 hours. It was just so great to catch up with her. But my lentil my lentil curry is done now. I'm really excited to dig in. It was so easy to put together, as you saw. Required a handful of ingredients. I feel like the majority of the ingredients came from the seasonings and spices, which, listen, that's where the flavor is coming from. So you definitely need that. And then as far as how I plan to top the curry, I have some red onions that I thinly sliced. And then I also have some cilantro. And as someone who loves cilantro, I honestly might end up using all of this cilantro on the dish. And then I think I'm gonna drizzle it with some coconut milk that I have in here. But let's go ahead and put this dinner together. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And I was recently gifted this extra virgin olive oil. I think they made it in Spain, but it is really, really good. And so I'm gonna drizzle some of this on top as well. This looks gorgeous. Actually, I need to make sure I have a little piece of cilantro on here, as well as trying to find a small piece of onion. Get it all on there. Yum, yum. She's done it again. She's done it again. Listen, fam, pancakes are great. Pancakes, fabulous. Chef's kiss. The harissa maple tofu, also chef's kiss. But this right here, where is my bag? I don't toot my horn too much, you know. I keep it real humble, but this, too good, okay? I'm about to sit and enjoy this. And then in a couple hours, I'm gonna put together my little nighttime drinks to really help me kick off my nighttime routine. This is really, really good. I am so grateful for leftovers. Now I have meal prep for lunch and or dinner tomorrow. I might split this up and enjoy it over the next couple of days and just have it with some additional protein. But yeah, this was really delicious. I just got back from my evening walk, and that means it is time to start getting our household ready for bed and for me to kick off my nighttime routine. Remember, I mentioned that I'm planning to make a few little beverages for me to enjoy that just help me relax, you know? So here I have some magnesium. I'm going to just combine this with some water and enjoy this. And then here, this is a combination of chamomile and lavender buds. I use this for my tea. I'm also going to be adding in some fennel. Typically after I eat a meal, especially when it comes to dinner, I eat a meal that may have been heavier on the carb side, I like to make some fennel tea. So I've been drinking that. I'm gonna combine these two. Oh, and just a disclaimer, when you see me putting this together, don't judge me because I don't have a tea strainer and we also don't have a French press anymore. So what I have to use is I just steep my tea in water, the loose leaf tea in water, and then once it's been steeping, I run it through this mesh strainer. It gets the job done. Until I buy one, this is just how I do it. I don't know if I mentioned, but fennel aids in digestion. I was just thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pouring this in. I don't know if I told them why I'm using it. I did mention that after a carb heavy meal, I'll eat or drink fennel, but that's the reason why. It aids in digestion. This one really doesn't taste like much, but there are other magnesium powders. The one you specifically want to look for is magnesium glycinate. Yeah, magnesium glycinate. That is the one that helps the body to relax and really helps with the nervous system. But yeah, there are multiple brands out there. I would definitely say do your research on which brand it is that you want to use, just to make sure that it's a reputable brand. I'll have some of the ones that I've used in the past linked on my Substack as well. I did want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate you being here. It really does mean a lot to me. Also, don't forget to check my Substack because that's where you can find all the recipes. I'll also include links on the Substack post as well. But thank you again for being here, for watching this video. I truly appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.